Hello, my name is Lizzie Lovejoy, and I am a member of NARC Academy. As both a visual artist and a performer, I found myself interested in how we can create spaces for both.
Hi, so I'm Bobby and this is Pineapple Black. This is an art space that I founded back in late 2018. We're currently in our 24/7 window gallery, which is one of 4 exhibition spaces we have on site. And we're all about connecting artists, helping bridge the gap for young artists who are trying to become established, and yeah, working with the community and putting on as many kind of creative inspired things as we can. I think we've worked over 200 artists in the last year, and then yeah, extending that on into performance as well. We're always trying to get kind of new emerging bands in here. So I think combining the visual artwork and the performance is something we've always been really keen to do since we opened. And I just think that we always wanted to get away from the idea that this was a gallery. There's so many connotations that people have about a gallery and what you do there and what to expect there, and that's kind of the antithesis of what we're all about. So yeah, I think we were always interested in getting the visual art in, but bringing in performance, music, and as many different mediums and disciplines as possible. We wanted it to be an art space, a community centre, a hub, all those things that I just don't think people necessarily associate always with galleries, where maybe you're kind of conditioned to think that it's quite a sterile environment where you sort of sidestep around and whisper to your friend. And yeah, we just wanted to do the opposite of that, so it's about kind of, yeah, we have good work on the walls, but we bring the bands in and we bring the music in and we make the place feel alive. And yeah, that's just what we want to be as a gallery, I think. We're always kind of, you know, putting up new walls, moving things around, kind of, yeah, I guess from a logistical point of view, because it's such a big space, we have got the freedom to kind of reimagine it and change it up. And like I say as well, because we're working across several different exhibition spaces in here as well, so sometimes maybe we'll only open upstairs and we'll close off the gallery, so you're coming in through the back door and it feels maybe it's a bit more secretive and people like being somewhere they're not supposed to be. So, or other times we just have downstairs open. So yeah, I think it's just about kind of show by show we see what we've got and what it needs, and then kind of, I guess our role as a curator is thinking, well, what's the best fit for this? You know, does this go downstairs? Is this upstairs? Do we need to build some walls, or do we need to tear some down? And yeah, I think we just try and stay really loose and react as best we can to the artists and what they want and their work and what's the best fit for that, really. Because of where we're based in a shopping centre, we get such a non-traditional gallery-going audience coming in, and that on top of kind of our regulars and, you know, yourself working within the arts, there's a lot of kind of neurodivergency and a lot of people with accessibility issues. So it's something we're always really conscious of as best we can be. I mean, obviously we're an unfunded art space, so there's some things that we can't do. We don't currently have accessibility to our first floor for anybody in a wheelchair, for example. So these are things we're always trying to fund. And yeah, specifically with the neurodiverse, I think one of the most important things for us is just listening to people who are neurodiverse and find out what their needs and wants are, or, you know, the things that make them sometimes feel uncomfortable at a gallery. So what we try and operate at all our events is we have a quiet, lockable room. So if somebody needs to go and take a time out, there'll be one of those on each floor. And then yeah, a lot of it as well we kind of try and do through programming. I know a lot of people, and this kind of extends beyond neurodiversity, but you know, they use the phrase "not about us, without us," and that's something we try and embrace as much as we can. So yeah, I mean, we've looked through some of my other projects of making them deaf accessible by kind of having bands provide lyrics in advance that we can give out to deaf audience members, which is something we're hoping to bring from my other projects to Pineapple Black in the future. So yeah, a lot of it is just about kind of getting out there and talking to people, and sometimes it's only small differences and tweaks that you need to make, but making those little differences can have such a big effect on your public. We're always open to ideas, and if you are somebody with accessibility issues who's watching this, get in touch and let us know what we can do to make your experience better when you come to Pineapple Black, because we're very much open to that. We're all ears, and yeah, this space isn't ours, it's yours, so yeah.
The Redcar Palace is an arts venue right on the seafront in Redcar. It runs as a gallery space, but also a space that is home to, as Beth says, the Blooming Youth Collective, this wonderful group of young people who change so much about the way we think about what we can do here. We have an ongoing program of exhibitions. We've got an honesty shop for people who make things or bake things or grow things that they can sell through here. And yes, this wonderful garden room that we're sat in where people can just come and hang out and use our free Wi-Fi, read from our library and just become part of the family. You can just arrive in here one day and find in the garden room performances taking place. Some of our young people are sat writing songs together.
It's night now, my brain is making it hard to sleep. And I've tried everything, including counting sheep. Is there a reason? Is it very deep? No, it's just a part of me. It's 'cause I'm neurodiverse.
My new song's called Neurodiverse, and pretty much I've written it about all of the struggles that being neurodivergent you go through every day, like just everyday struggles, like concentrating and dissociating and things like that. But I'm trying to put like a more positive spin on it to show that people with mental health, it's more like a superpower, not a mental illness. I find it hard to like say how I feel a lot of the time, so I tend to like write music and write songs so that I can express myself through my lyrics, and like I'd say like performing and things that really gets your emotions out there, and it's like a good coping mechanism, and it's definitely something that I've always like been interested in my whole life.
It's very much a listening process. I think because we had that moment of stopping and thinking and understanding how could this be something other than a white cube gallery, right? If you look around, you can sense that whoever built this building tried to make a white cube gallery, a traditional high-end art gallery, and didn't quite get it right, and it was a little bit rough around the edges. So I thought, well, let's get rid of that ethos
Embrace
entirely, and let's make it much more of a living space for people.
So many people have said how cosy and homely they feel here, and that's exactly what we're trying to do.
Absolutely, but it can only happen by having people visit through Blooming Youth Collective, for example, who built this garden room that we're in at the moment, who for our first exhibition we had amazing artwork on that wall over there, and then cabbages here and tomatoes over here, and I've certainly never worked in an art gallery where cabbages and art coexist, but because that we recognised that was important in order to create this homely atmosphere, we felt there's no reason why we shouldn't do that. It's about asking what other reasons do people come into spaces like this. Free Wi-Fi, for example, comfortable settees, the ability to have a cup of tea and coffee made for them. It's not just about coming and revering the artwork that's on the wall. It's a very versatile space, and I want to hold on to that and be able to rethink the space each time so it's entirely appropriate for whatever we happen to have on.
And I think given the pandemic sort of made us think, and with the increase in online learning and using Zoom and Skype and things, made us think this could be accessible to more people for longer periods, more frequently. It doesn't have to just be now. So using things like live streams on different social media platforms and on our website means that people can not only view it live, but can also view it after it's happened, so that it can exist not just for a one-day event, because physically it exists for the one day, but also people can go back and watch it. And for people that couldn't believe that we were maybe isolating during the pandemic, that was a lifeline for them. But I think going forward, it's really important to keep doing that. Blooming Youth Collective is a group of young people that's ever growing, aged between around 16 to 24-ish, but we don't discriminate. And we meet every Monday. We do different workshops and sessions, and part of that is sort of creating an inclusive and understanding community of people in the area that just want to get to know other people and grow and socialise, and within doing so creating so many different sort of friendships and relationships, and yeah, it's just wonderful. And through that they are part of, but mainly the audience for what we do, because we appreciate their input and their thoughts and their experiences so much, because for a lot of people they don't feel listened to, and through having those conversations with people and learning about what they enjoy and what they want to take part in and what they believe is really important, because they're the next generation of people, and their experiences are valid.
The audience and the exhibitors are so often saying one and the same thing, and I think that's really important for us, that anybody who comes here might be seeing themselves as a visitor the first time, but might be an exhibitor and, as I say, part of the life of the building, you know, in the next time they arrive.